Hello there, guys. Glad to see you watching another video of mine. Welcome back to the Pride. Can Chelsea finish top four with 4 games remaining, and all the other clubs like United, Arsenal, Tottenham all have a game in hand? Is it time to put all our eggs into the Europa League, or shall we still compete for the top four? As I'll go over this, I want you guys to really clearly think and don't be emotional. Be realistic, right? Can we finish above Tottenham or anyone really in the top four? I'm gonna go over all the remaining games that each team have and the points and goal difference that each team has. I'm gonna start off with Tottenham, right? Tottenham, they have 67 points, 30 plus in goal difference, right? With City away, Brighton at home, West Ham at home, Bournemouth away, Everton at home. Now, of those games, how many points do you think Tottenham are going to drop? You look at the Man City game, that both teams have to win that. Man City have to keep winning in order to stay on top of the league, with Liverpool right behind them. So that's a must-win for City. So I think Tottenham will lose that game. But you look at Brighton away. Brighton home. Brighton at home. That's a win for Tottenham. West Ham at home. West Ham, they've been doing well. I think Pellegrini has done well with what he has, but I don't think that they will beat Tottenham. Right? It's gonna be a West London it's gonna be a London derby, not a West London derby, but a London derby. And to put my perspective on it, Tottenham are gonna win that game. Then they have Bournemouth away. They have Everton at home. Everton has been inconsistent, right? If it's the Everton that played against Arsenal, that even played against us, right? I think that Everton could probably steal 1 point from them. So you add all those points up with 5 games remaining. That is 3, 6, 9, 10. So 10 to 12 points. Tottenham are projected to have, in my opinion, right? Based off my scale. And we only have, if we were to win all our games, right, we can win all our games and still not make top 4. So that's the problem with trying to finish top 4 and winning all our games. Even if we win all our games, the control is out of our hands. Like, we have to rely on Tottenham to drop points and Arsenal to drop points. So let's look on to Arsenal, who have the same amount of points that we do, but they have 26 plus in goal difference, right? They have 1 game in hand. They have Palace at home. They should be able to beat Palace, because Palace have been able to score consistently. That's been their main problem. And then they have Wolves away. Now, Wolves have been a bit on the downside in the past 3 or 4 games, right? They had that horrific comeback, where they allowed Watford to come back from 2-0 down within the last 10 minutes of the game. And then, in the FA Cup. And then Wolves just recently lost 3-1 to Southampton. So, Wolves, if they play like they have been for the majority of the season, I think with Arsenal's away form, which has been dreadful. I mean, they've been struggling to win away from the Emirates. So that's a possibility that they drop points there. More than likely, they're going to win. They're going to win that game, but it's a big chance that Wilson upset. So I'm going to mark that down as a loss, just to play devil's advocate, right? So, and then you have Leicester away. They should be able to beat Leicester. So that's 6 points. And Brighton at home, that should be another 3 points. That's 9. And then they have Burnley away. Now, Burnley, they're very solid defensively, but I don't think they're good enough to cause an upset, right? But you never know with Arsenal. The Arsenal can sometimes come in clutch right on time, right? So let's add up the points, right? 3, 6, 9. So 10 to 12 points, right? There's another team, 10 to 12 points. and we only can get 12 points, right? So then you look at United. United have 64 points with 15 plus in goal difference. They have Everton away. Everton could give them good game for that. They should be up for that. Maybe I'll mark that down as a draw because I don't know. I don't see United beating Everton. That's how they're both inconsistent. And then they have City at home again. City have to win in order to keep pressure on Liverpool. In order to keep their lead in the Premier League. So that's a must win for City. I think Manchester City will win that. And then they have the big dogs after that. Who do you think? Chelsea at home. We have to play United at Old Trafford. So that's a game that we can steal points away from them. But then again, United aren't even in the top 4, so it is a big game. It is going to be like a final. Both teams are going to want to win because if you lose this game, especially with us, it's done. It's done. It's not going to happen. If we win that game against United, if we cannot beat Man United, even though it is at Old Trafford, if we can't beat Man United after what I just seen today and what I've been seeing for the majority of the season, we don't deserve to be in top 4. We do not, because United defensively are shocking, right? Their best defender is David De Gea, and I'm not exaggerating that. De Gea is the best goalkeeper in the world. Despite what happened today, he's still the best goalkeeper in the world. I mean, he makes one mistake. That's the job of a goalkeeper. You make one mistake, and 90% of the time, when you make a mistake as a goalkeeper, it leads to a goal. So, yeah, I'm just going to mark that down as a Chelsea win just to play devil's advocate once again. But then they have Huddersfield away. Huddersfield is already relegated. But maybe, you never know. It could be another situation where Fulham beat Everton 2-0. See, that's another thing. I marked down Everton as a draw, but that's inconsistency because they, for the past 4 games prior to that, right, they had won 3 of those games and lost to us. They kept 3 clean sheets and they beat Arsenal 2-0 during that time. All those games they scored 2 goals, or they scored one game they had 1 goal. It was a 1-0 win, and then the other 2 they won 2-0. So on their best day, they can give a good team a hard time. And then they have Cardiff at home, who are scrapping for relegation, who still are safe. They just had a massive win today against Brighton, and who is again a team that has to play United, right? Who has to fight for relegation. There's Brighton are in 17th place, and Cardiff are right under them. I think they're 1 point behind after today's win. 1 point behind Brighton. They're 1 point behind Brighton and Cardiff. So these 2 teams are fighting for relegation. They have to win. They have to go for it. They have to get points. You look at that and you say how many points can they drop, right? You look at the game against us. We should win that game. I think we can win that game. We should be able to beat Man United. If we can't beat Man United, even if it's at Old Trafford, we do not deserve to be in the top 4. Right? We cannot draw. We cannot lose. We have to win that game against Old Trafford. Let's say, for example, from some imaginary reason, we finish top 4 or we win the Europa League, right? This squad that we have is not good enough to make a good run in the Champions League. I'd say if we were to make the Champions League and qualify, I don't think this squad that we have right now would finish out of the group. That's just how I feel. I don't think we will finish out of the group. We cannot compete against Europe's elite with this squad. We have to, if hopefully the transfer ban is lifted, right, at least till January, we're allowed to buy players during the summer because this team needs a complete overhaul. Like, I cannot stress that enough. We need to spend $300 million or more to show the other teams that we're competitive, to actually be competitive, because we need improvements in all areas of the pitch except for the goalkeeping position. We have our goalkeeper Kepa. He's one for the future. He's going to be the best goalkeeper in the world. Mark my words. He's that good, right? I've seen enough to know that he has potential. Although One thing I do have, one gripe and complaint I do have with Kepa is this sometimes when the ball is shot towards him, he sometimes doesn't like seem to have control of it. Like sometimes he'll save it and it goes into in the path of a defender or an attacker, sorry, or he doesn't like keep control of the ball. You know what I mean? Whereas with Cech, he would either push the ball away or he would keep control of it. Right? I've seen that a lot against in the Liverpool game. Like a lot of shots that were bobbly and wasn't in control. He didn't seem like he was in control. Maybe that was due to nervousness. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I feel like our only way at this point is to put all our eggs into the Europa League basket, and I do believe the squad is good enough to at least make it to the final. And if we make it to the final, it's fair play. It's anybody's game. As you can see against Manchester City, we can show up on the final, right? On a big occasion when we want to. So, in my opinion, that's our only way into top four into Champions League football. But like I said, if we were to get if we were to majestically make it to top four, this squad is not good enough to make it out of the group stage. That's just my opinion. Leave me your thoughts. Should we still compete for the race for the top four, or should we just put all the eggs into the Europa League and try to win the Europa League final? Do it the Manchester United way, or do it like the Chelsea of 2012 or the Chelsea of 2013. Pick your poison, right? We've done it before, so it's not impossible. We've shown that we can win. We can win the big one. So we don't have anyone else to blame but ourselves. We put ourselves into the situation. The squad isn't good enough. And like I said, if we were to win all our games, there's still a chance that we won't even make it to the top four. Maybe not even. Well, if we win all our games, we probably will finish fifth. But right now we're sixth, and all the other teams have a game in hand. So they would have to drop at least 7 points, 7 to 8 points for us to have a chance to finish top four. And that's two out of the three teams that I just listed. Leave me your thoughts down below. This has been your boy, Clutch Hutch. This has been your boy Hutch. And I'm out. Up the Chelsea.